For people to already know who this guy is, and it's only his fourth fight, and he's already possibly looking like one of the best at 135 pounds, that just speaks a lot about his name.
No, yeah, you're right. That it is pretty impressive.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back once again to the Pound for Pound Boxing channel. It's your boy, Mac. And let me ask you guys a question. Do you guys know who Andy Cruz is? Well, if not, you're about to find out, as we will be discussing one of the biggest fight cards of the century. The main event happening on August 3rd, live in Los Angeles, with Terrence Crawford mainlining the main event card versus Israel Madrimov. Of course, I will be handing this over to my co-host. Now, let's talk boxing.
Welcome back to the Pound for Pound Box channel. My name is Eric.
And I'm Alex.
And today we will be talking about a very special fight. Matter of fact, it's the opening fight to a very great card featuring Terrence Crawford versus Israel Madrimov. But we will be talking about Andy Cruz versus Antonio Moran. Now, let me tell you guys, for those who don't know who Andy Cruz is, this guy's won gold at the Olympics and even beaten Keyshawn Davis 4 times. So for those who haven't known who he is, start paying attention. Now, let me say as well, Antonio Moran isn't no slouch. He is a journeyman, but this guy has fought the likes of Devin Haney, Jose Pedraza, and Arnold Barboza.
I just feel like someone like Andy Cruz, this is obviously a step-up test. Moran, he got knocked out by Devin Haney, so I don't know how much that says about him. But Andy Cruz does look good, man. Off the clips I've seen, he's good on his feet. He has a good jab. He keeps his distance really well. So
I mean, this guy is a Cuban fighter, and what we know about the Olympics is that, or the amateurs, the pros in general, that these Cubans, they know how to box. And I'm not talking about fighting. They know how to box. They know how to move. They know how to incorporate their style, how to use fancy foot movement. I mean, if you guys like watching the likes of Prince Nassim Ahmed, these are the guys you guys want to be paying attention to. But let me just get started by saying, for them to open up a major card August 3rd in LA with Andy Cruz, this guy just became a professional. This is his 4th professional fight. But, man, this guy's being looked at as the next Vasily Lomachenko. Lomachenko had like 300-plus amateur fights, came in the game, and had his 2nd fight. He already has a championship fight. So this guy's being looked at as a great.
Now, do you think like someone like Turkey Al-Sheikh is trying to make Andy Cruz not into a star, but have him be around for quite a while?
I mean, I think he is trying to make him into a star. A lot of people, those who know boxing, already know about Andy Cruz.
But not the casuals.
Not the casuals, but that takes some time. You know what I mean? First, he has to fight the big fights, and then he gets that name. But the thing is for people to already know who this guy is, and it's only his 4th fight, and he's already possibly looking like one of the best at 135 pounds, that just speaks a lot about his name.
No, yeah, you're right. That it is pretty impressive.
And to go back on topic about him beating Keyshawn Davis, I mean, we already know how good Keyshawn Davis is. This guy is just one step away from becoming a world champion. So for someone like Andy Cruz to beat him 4 times, that just tells you. One criticism I do have of him is that just because you're very great in the amateurs doesn't mean you'll be as good in the professionals. Now, what we have seen of him, it does seem like he is very, very good. But, he hasn't fought that next level yet. Of course, it's only his 4th fight.
Yeah, and then this is the step up, right, for Andy Cruz?
It's a fight to make him look good. It's a fight to get him, keep him active. But they're throwing him in there with the guy who's a journeyman who has 30-plus fights, only a couple losses. So we can't take away nothing, because a lot of the times when people turn professional, they get bums and trash cans thrown at them.
But how good is this guy really? I mean, he got knocked out by Devin Haney. Haney's not even known for the, hard punching power or anything like that.
Yeah, but when you fight fighters like Devin Haney, Jose Pedraza, Arnold Barboza, all guys that have been champions in the past, you still learn a certain amount of experience. Even if you lose, you still take that experience back with you. So,
yeah, but even great fighters have that experience, and they get washed up.
But for someone who only has 4 fights, that's very,
I'm
very
talking
impressive.
about Moran.
You go back and you look at Floyd Mayweather or Canelo Alvarez's record when they were in their 4th fight, they were not fighting this level of competition.
Yeah.
That's just the truth. So for this guy to be already fighting guys with 30 fights plus, it just shows you the pedigree of this guy. And not just to take away from that, but Andy Cruz has a phenomenal IQ. This guy knows what he's doing in there. Like I said, the only criticism I have is that the amateurs isn't the pros. And the way I see him fighting, sometimes it seems like he pity pats his punches, or he kind of throws a slap punch instead of throwing that full power. But I think it's just going to take a little bit of time for him to transition into the pros.
I mean, look at Lomachenko, though. Like, his second pro fight, he was already fighting for a world championship belt. You know, someone like Andy Cruz, he could step up in competition real fast just off 4 fights.
Exactly, man. And honestly, I'm dying to see that fight versus Keyshawn Davis in the pros.
Yeah.
I feel like, you know, even Teofimo, all the guys that Keyshawn Davis is calling out, they're all saying one thing: fight Andy Cruz first. And that isn't just to say it. It's because they know how good this guy is. So the fact that they're already wanting that fight because we know they had a competitive fights in the amateurs, I can't wait to see it. Me personally, I think that this guy's going to be another great. I think this guy's eventually going to be a star in boxing just based off his performances and based off the way he's already fighting. He looks like an A-level fighter at this point.
Yeah, I feel like I don't think he will be a star, but I will say that he will be around for a while. You know, he's going to have a good resume and everything. He looks promising.
I'm just waiting for him to get a big fight at 135. I know it's too early to say, but we know we're going to get those big fights very, very soon. So apart from that, my final prediction for this fight, I mean, I know Antonio Moran, like I said, he's a gatekeeper, he's a journeyman, but I just think that there's levels to this game. And Andy Cruz, being that he's already had a lot of experience in the amateurs and the Olympics, you can't take nothing away from that. So I think, you know, Antonio Moran might present an issue in the beginning just because he's going to have that experience level. But at the end of the day, I see Andy Cruz beating him. I want to say unanimous decision.
I agree. I think Andy Cruz will beat him, but I have Andy Cruz beating him. I say TKO in the 3rd round. I feel like Moran isn't as athletic. He isn't as gifted as Andy Cruz, obviously, right? But I have Andy Cruz by the 3rd round.
But let us know, guys. Do you guys think Andy Cruz is a promising star in boxing? Do you guys think he'll go far to say he is going to be a world champion? Thank you guys again for tuning in. My name's Eric.
And I'm Alex.
And I'm your boy, Mac. Thank you guys once again for tuning in to the Pound for Pound Boxing channel. Please like, share, and subscribe. And are you guys ready for the fight card of the century? Because we sure as hell are.